Hello everyone, welcome to session 11 of e-marketing, chapter 12 of your textbook. The topic is e-marketing communication tools. This is the fourth P of the marketing mix. As you mentioned in the one of the slides before, that we will be covering all of these marketing mix plus the social media one section, which will be the next session, which will be the last session. In today's session, let's have a look at the objectives. Since we are talking about the IMC, or the fourth P of marketing mix, which is promotion, it relates to communicating to your customer. And in this case, we will first define the IMC and explain the importance of hierarchy of effects model. Some of you have taken the marketing communication course, so maybe that would help you a lot over here. Discuss how marketers use the internet for advertising, public relations, marketing, public relations, sales, promotion, direct marketing, and personal selling. And of course, we'll be using more tools too, and which we will identify as several emerging IMC tools. These are mostly dedicated online tools. Describe the most effective online IMC tactics. So before we begin, as always, have a look at the case study at the beginning of the chapter. It is called Will It Blend? It is a very interesting kind of case in which the product is called the Blendtec, a supplier, the company is called Blendtec, a supplier of commercial blenders to Starbucks and others. They produced a video in which the CEO blended the unusual products such as garden rake and golf club, etc. The video upload, it was sort of funny. It was uploaded on the YouTube and received 3.9 million views in an 8-month period. It was an interesting campaign because this was related to a product which is a tangible product, and of course the fact that they wanted to communicate to the customer about the brand, it created the brand awareness. And as you can see on page 291, the results of uh, this campaign. The investment was only about $100 on the first video, and 186 videos were prepared, and the Blendtec posted those videos on the YouTube and on its microsite called willitblend.com. And the result was an increase of 700% sales for this blender, which is the cost is $400. This tells you the power of internet and how they could be utilized, in order to uh, communicate to your target audience and see how this product, which in this case was a relatively expensive product, but because of this campaign, they were able to build awareness. This became a viral video, and a viral video is the one in which a small clip of a video is sent to some, the subscribers, and then they would spread it to their friends also, and this is called viral marketing. You could think of some other examples also similar to that. Uh, in iPhone is known for that. They would create the such viral marketing campaigns as well. But the point here is you can see that it became very successful, and this is again a new way of communicating to your customer using the internet, the capabilities of the internet. So the IMC, as we all know, is a cross-functional process for planning, executing, and monitoring brand communication. The goal is to profitably acquire, retain, and grow customers. In the case of Will It Blend, you noticed that not only that they were able to make profit, they were able to acquire and grow the customers too using only an investment of $100, in this case using the YouTube for the media campaign and the viral video. The IMC strategy requires a thorough understanding of the target markets, the brand, its competition, and other internal and external factors. So we need to be aware of those factors, and that helps us then understand the IMC to implement it too. When it comes to the MC tools and the marketing communication tool, it consists of both planned and unplanned messages between the firms and the customers and among the customers too. Those among the customers could be called the word of mouth, could be both positive and negative. Of course, the companies would like to have positive messages. Uh, Planned messages could include all those tools, including the advertising, online advertising, the sales promotion, etc. E-marketers can enhance the Marcom by using the innovative technologies. This is the beauty of internet, that now you can use the unique technologies of the internet and the capabilities, which includes the text, the multimedia, the messages, multimedia messages, databases, blogs, digital receiving devices, and of course now we are seeing the social media as well for the purpose of communicating to your customers. Internet Marcom may include advertising, sales promotion, marketing, public relation, or MPR, direct marketing, and the personal selling as well. The goals of the IMC, the first model, which is called the IADA model, think, feel, do, or IADA stands for awareness, interest, desire, and action. This model is a very common model used in the IMC. In this case, you want to achieve these objectives, which is creating awareness among your customers, creating interest about your products and services, creating a desire among your target audience to own the product, and action, which means not only just creating a desire but also taking action in order to purchase the product. So these models help the guide selection of online and offline Marcom tools to meet their goals. This one and another hierarchy of effect model, they are quite useful in helping the marketers to achieve their communication goals. The model recognizes that consumers first become aware of the product, as we see over here, A for aware, before they develop feelings and the purchase of it. So it's a step-by-step process, and marketers need to be aware of what stage of the process is the customer at, and then use that as an objective for their campaign in order to move them further up the ladder. The models can help marketers select appropriate communication objectives and strategies, such as building the brand equity or elicit a direct response. So in some cases, you just want to have a direct response on your campaign. A good example of that would be a Hyundai cars, which they had a campaign in the US in which uh, they sort of instructed, or shall we say, create awareness. They wanted to create awareness about their brand, about the good features of the brand. But for that purpose, they wanted them to come online. So they used the offline media and advertised the website and asked them to come to the online to gain more information about some of their products. The first IMC tool, the IMC promotional tool, is the internet advertising. In this case, online advertising is a non-personal, usually persuasive communication about products or ideas paid for an identified sponsor. Keep in mind that if a company has got their own website and they put their products on there, that is not advertising. That is just their own brochure. In this case, we are saying advertising is when they have their identified sponsor and they're posting their ad on other companies. Like for example, we see ads, the banner ads on the Hotmail or the Yahoo or the Google. Those are the internet advertising. All paid space on the website or in an email is considered advertising. Due to the fact that now internet is becoming bigger, and we learned in the last session that e-commerce is also expanding on online retailing is also becoming a big business. So for this reason, the trends for the internet advertising are also going up. Lots of companies are advertising online, and as you can see in year 2009, uh, it reached about $22.7 billion though. And obviously, I wouldn't be surprised that in 2013 it would be much more figured. If you can do a little bit of your research on Google, you'll see you can get the latest figures. At least till 2013, you can get the figures. Most of the spending, research has shown, has come from, in the case of online advertising, has come from retailing, telecommunication, financial services, automobiles, and computing. This has been the largest area of spending on the online advertising. People are becoming more and more confident. The marketers are becoming more and more confident on advertising online because now there are more and more people accessing the internet, and the fact that now people are using the smartphones also to access the internet, this has become even more important. Some of the internet advertising formats, this includes the keyword search. This is the fastest growing and the most important technique, the keyword search. Display ads is the second largest. Display ads include the traditional banner and many additional sizes. Some of the display ads banners, they are shown on page 298 of your book. You will see that these are sort of standardized ad sizes. The reason why this standardization is done is so that these advertisers can quote the price on that. So if you see that there's a half page ad, there's a wide skyscraper, then there's a leaderboard, full banner ad, half banner ad, etc. The numbers which you see are the pixels, and based on this the price is quoted for the to the advertising company or to the potential client. Apart from the banner ads, we also have the rich media ads. Rich media ads are interactive, at least offering a click through. In this case, these are not just the graphic ads, but also they are linked so that when you click on their ad, it'll take you to their website where they can provide you more information. Rich media ad often use flash animation to attract the attention. Many formats of these rich media could include the banner ad, the interstitial, floating ads too, expanding ads, and the polite ads. So as we saw in the previous slide before that, the internet in the advertising, it was not very advanced ads. They were just still ads. But the rich media ads can also include the flash animation within the banner ad or interstitial ads, floating ads, etc., in order to create more attention for their products and sort of stand out compared to the other competitors. Contextual ads, ad server ads into the website as appropriate users view pages. Facebook also offers specific and targeted based on their user profile. So now these are the ads. Basically, they are based on the consumer behavior. In this case, if a customer has been visiting certain websites, then the cookie will save the information, website information for them, so that then later on the customer can get this kind of contextual ads in which it will be based on a certain consumer behavior. So if someone has been, for example, browsing certain books before, maybe based on their consumer behavior, there will be some bookstores they will be advertising on that web page which the customer is visiting. So as you said, Facebook is using this target based used on the profile. This process is also the basis of the Google's AdSense program. Google AdSense program, just to let you know, this is advertisement targeting the small businesses, especially at a really minimal amount. They target the local audience though. And again, these are based on the location. For example, if you are visiting a certain city, the local ads within that city would be highlighted in there. So if, for example, you are visiting a certain city and you log into your Google account and you might be interested in some, let's say, looking for a pizza place, it will show you the ads of the local pizza places in the nearby area. Email advertising is the least expensive type of online marketing or advertising. Advertiser can purchase space in another firm's email content, such as the newsletter. Note that email messages sent from a firm directly to the internet users are direct marketing, not advertising. When the messages are sent directly to the internet user. So those are direct marketing, but not the advertising. Advertising is mostly, for example, we get this spam, which is the unwanted ads, which we sort of hate. Everybody hates that, and we'll talk about that too in a little while. Sponsorships. Sponsorships integrate editorial content and advertising. Sponsorships allow great interactivity and helps the firm build synergistic partnership that provide the useful content. Sponsor disclosure is an important issue for the e-marketer. So, for example, on a certain sponsorship could be like a WebMD is a website for the medical information. It does provide a lot of information as the editorial content, but then of course they have lots of ads on that web page as well. Mobile advertising, as I mentioned a few minutes ago, that now more and more people are accessing the internet using their smartphones. So mobile advertising has grown up too. Mobile internet usage grew about 25% in these years. So technique for mobile devices include the display ad. Of course, in this case, you're looking at a smaller display ad compared to what is on the computers. Messaging, the location-based ad, the paid search, and the videos as well. Advertising on mobile devices is likely to increase, and of course, it is increasing a lot. Another tool of the marketing of the promotion is the marketing public relation. Public relation includes activities that influence public opinion and create the goodwill. On the other hand, the marketing public relation includes the brand related activities and non-paid third-party media coverage to positively influence the target market. So as you can see, the difference here is in the case of public relation, it's more of a goodwill and public opinion, but in the case of MPR, you're using the brand in order to build some kind of image. A website can serve as an electronic brochure. Online events can draw traffic to a site. So as an example, there's a company called Pillsbury, Pillsbury Dough, in which case uh, they sell products for baking. So they hold this contest of baking online, in which case they have a website and they invite the people to submit their baking recipes so that they can then select the best one, and then the price is quite good. And of course, in this case, they don't require you to buy anything. So this is a kind of event. They hold it every year, and they've been very, very successful because it creates a buzz. It draws a lot of traffic to the site because everybody's interested in all those kind of to find out who won the best prize and how much and so on and so forth. So that's part of the marketing public relation, in which case you're using the brand to influence the image about the brand in the mind of the customer. Another very common promotion tool online is the sales promotion. Of course, we know sales promotions are short-term incentive to facilitate the movement of products to the end user. It includes coupon, rebates, samples, etc. When we talk about sales promotion online, it has grown up to 2010 used the estimate of 6 to 75% of the internet users. So sales promotion do not help build customer relationship in the long term, and this is why lots of companies do avoid that, because this is only for short term. People are looking for deals, but now more and more companies are using the online for the purpose of e-coupons, which has become quite popular because it saves them the cost. Direct marketing is direct communication designed to generate a response. Online could include the outgoing email. Now, in this case, as I said before, that if you send some unwanted emails to the people, they will be upset about it, and that's called spam. The best thing to do is to create your own list of people who might be interested in buying your product or services. So you create a list and then you deal with them directly, and then they like this kind of thing. Text messages or the SMS could be sent as well, and the multimedia and the instant messages are becoming common as well. As you said, emails are the cheapest way to communicate, and about 89% of the internet users use the internet. 70%, 75% of the market is invest in email campaigns. Email has advantages over postal direct mail marketing because there is no postage or printing cost. It's immediate and convenience. You can send it right away. Email can be automatically individualized as well. But there are some disadvantages to the email, and that includes the spam, which we said, which when people receive an email which they did not want, they will be very annoyed and upset. In lots of cases, they actually then block those emails, and that creates a negative brand image in their mind as well. So good companies don't use the spam. Effective list is hard to obtain and maintain as well for the email list. Permission-based marketing, as we mentioned before, on the permission-based marketing is something in which you create your own list of people who would like to get your information about your products or services. Lots of companies, when they are selling products, they ask them to fill out a form and ask their consent about permission to whether you should be sending emails or not. In case if you decline and say, no, I'm not interested in email, then you will not be in their list. That's called opt out. And opt in would be when you want them to send you the emails. So in this case, when you have the opt in, then this permission based marketing, it's very effective because people are looking forward to your messages, and then so let's say you bought a laptop and then you gave them this opt-in and you gave them email address. So now you're receiving emails from this company. Maybe they are giving you some kind of offer to get service your laptop or upgrade it at a cheaper price. So maybe it will be a good idea to get emails from them because you have authorized them and it's good for the company as well. Viral marketing, as I mentioned to you at the beginning of the chapter, for this company, the Blendtec, that they use the viral marketing, which is called the online equivalent of the word of mouth. It is very effective for some companies. It was. Hotmail is the viral marketing success story. In case of Hotmail, the Hotmail was not successful before. Then some people they started using the Hotmail and then started sending emails. And at the bottom of each email would say that if you like to have Hotmail, just click on this. This became very successful because everybody who was receiving the Hotmail was also then signing in. That was a very good way of uh, viral marketing success. There are some other examples also like Blair Witch Project and the Burger King Surveillance, which is in the book if you're interested in knowing about it. But essentially, viral marketing is when you are spreading the word using the small videos or the other messages to your friends, so it spreads like a virus. Text messages, we all one or the other time we have received the SMS, in which case we uh, companies are using this media also. Marketers are building relationship by sending permission-based information, which I just mentioned before also, where customers want to receive them. SMS use continues to grow in all industrialized nations too. So for example, if you have bought a new car and you have given them this authorization to use SMS, maybe they can send you an SMS reminding you that the service for your car is due. So that would be a very beneficial thing for you as well as for the company too, because in this case they are building relationship with you. At the same time, they will see you as a potential customer in the future. Location-based marketing has become very popular now. This is also called GPS marketing. This includes the promotional offers pushed to mobile devices based on a user physical location. So for example, if you are in a certain shopping mall and based on this location-based marketing, maybe let's say in that shopping mall there's a um, hypermarket or a supermarket which have got some kind of special deal going on. So they might send an email which everybody in that shopping mall will receive. I'm sorry, as an SMS, they will receive that. And this message will show that if in the next 1 hour or 2 hour you visit the store and show this ad, you will get a special kind of percentage off. This is becoming very popular now because of the advancement in technology. People are able to, or the companies are able to then target you based on your location. Similarly, now, for example, if it was McDonald's in that certain area and you receive that location-based SMS and with a certain offer, so maybe a certain time of the day you will be glad that you received it. Google is the leading edge with its local search, though. Direct marketing mix. So those were the tools, and now we are talking about what are some of the metrics to see whether your direct marketing efforts have paid off or not. One is, of course, the response rate, how much. And the one of the good thing about the internet is that you can exactly pinpoint and see what was the response rate because people will be responding to you based on your the contexts which were made. So as an example, if a company like Johnson and Johnson, when they had their campaign online for contact lens, whereby they asked people that if they want to get a free contact lens, they should write to them online. So people came online and they ordered contact lens. So as you can see at the end of the campaign, they knew what was the response rate and the return on investment in the most appropriate metrics for the direct marketing campaigns. Email receives a wide variety and generally low click-through rates, but the highest return on investment of any direct media. In a study of the SMS campaign, 94% of the messages were read by recipient and 23% showed or forwarded the message to a friend, which means that resulted into viral marketing, the 23%. So you see, that's a very, very powerful way by which you can use this media to get in touch with your customers or the potential customers. The spam is an unsolicited email, which means that the email which is unwanted email. Uh, Spammers routinely harvest email addresses from newsgroup posting and then spam the members. But however, as I said before, it is not good for the brand. If you're using spam, you should avoid those brand. Spams are only used for those new brands or maybe no-name brand, and they're just trying to make some extra money in a short term. Of course, we know one of the most other important tool is personal selling, which is not used online, but uh, it still is useful in the sense that you could use the internet and then ask at least get the response from your customer and have a person talk to them about some issues related to some product or service. So let's say a company has got some business to business products, let's say parts for a certain product, and then they have a website, and on which if somebody goes there, wants to buy the parts and have some questions, the website has got a way by which they can click on it and get the further information by having the other person call them directly or talking to them directly. Some companies have provided the real-time sales assistant online, like the chat feature, which is on LAN end as well. The internet can also generate leads for the salespeople too, especially for the insurance companies. It helps them create the leads from the online advertisement, and then they take those leads, and then based on that, they make the person-to-person calls. Finally, the IMC matrix. Even though we have studied the direct marketing metrics, in this case, the display ads are generally ineffective. Only 0.2% use the click on them. So marketers need to do something about it in order to increase the percentage. Online ads that were bigger or contained rich media delivered greater impact. So the rich media, in which case you have the flash or some kind of video, the response rate was much higher. There's an increasing evidence that online and offline advertising works well together. That is true a lot of time. Those campaigns in which you have advertised in some newspaper or TV and asked them to go online for certain information, that has proven to be more successful. I believe this should take care of this chapter. There's quite a bit of information, but since, as I said, you need to go through those. It's a very self-explanatory information. You need to go to the chapter, read it, and if you have any issues, feel free to write me back or come on Skype to talk to me about it. So that should do for this chapter. For the next session, which is session 12, we'll see you later. Take care and have a good day.